In the turbulent landscape of the Middle East, a recent development has injected a new level of uncertainty. President Joe Biden's stern warning to Israel regarding the presence of Russian and Iranian troops in Gaza has sent off ripples of concern worldwide. Understanding the gravity of this situation requires delving into the intricate web of the Middle East complex dynamics. Decades of conflicts, territorial disputes, religious tensions, and external interventions have woven a volatile mix that continually jeopardizes peace and stability. Israel, a central player in the tumultuous theater, has grappled with conflicts with its Palestinian neighbors and challenges from various regional actors. In recent times, Iran has emerged as a significant regional power, extending its influence through proxies like Hezbollah and various Shiite militias. Concurrently, Russia has become an active player, notably through military involvements in Syria and close ties with the Assad regime. The convergence of factors, combined with the enduring Israeli-Palestinian conflict, forms the backdrop of President Biden's warning. In a stark address to the nation from Washington, D.C., he disclosed sensitive intelligence reports detailing the deployment of Russian and Iranian troops to support Hamas, the governing Palestinian militant group in Gaza. President Biden underscored the immediate threat to Israel's security and regional stability. The gravity of the situation was emphasized, outlining potential consequences of diplomatic channels failed to address the crisis. Israel, accustomed to regional threats, now faces a new dimension of security concerns with Russian and Iranian troops present in Gaza. The imminent danger lies in the potential advanced military capabilities and support these nations could provide to Hamas. The combination of Russian military technology and training, coupled with Iran's financial and logistical backing, could significantly enhance Hamas's capacity to target Israeli cities with precision and advanced weaponry. The convergence of foreign troops on Israel's doorstep not only poses a military threat, but also raises diplomatic complexities demanding urgent attention on the international stage. The situation teeters on the edge, and the world watches with bated breath as the geopolitical landscape in the Middle East undergoes a seismic shift. The strategic challenge facing Israel deepens, pushing the country into a delicate balancing act of defending itself without triggering a direct clash with Iran and Russia, both armed with formidable military capabilities. In the aftermath of Biden's warning, a flurry of diplomatic initiatives unfolded. The United States took swift action, engaging in discussions with Russia and Iran, urging the withdrawal of troops from Gaza and advocating for peaceful negotiations. Simultaneously, Israel embarked on diplomatic efforts to address the escalating crisis. However, the path to resolution is laden with challenges. Diplomacy, while crucial, faces significant hurdles. Russia and Iran pursue their interests in the region, often conflicting with those of the United States and its allies. Convincing these regional powerhouses to withdraw troops and cease support for Hamas demands intricate diplomacy, intense negotiations, and a readiness to make concessions. Adding complexity to the diplomatic landscape is Hamas, the governing authority in Gaza. The organization's role in the crisis further complicates the situation, creating a tense atmosphere as the world anxiously observes these intricate maneuvers. The recognition is clear. The journey towards resolution is fraught with complexities, and the stakes have never been higher. Hamas, a militant group with a long-standing history of conflict with Israel, has recently accepted military support from Russia and Iran. This move is perceived as a bold strategy to strengthen its regional position. The alliance with Russia and Iran grants Hamas access to advanced weaponry, training, and financial support, enhancing its military capabilities. Moreover, it allows Hamas to bolster its standing among Palestinians, portraying itself as a formidable force capable of confronting Israel and its allies. However, aligning with Russia and Iran comes with the risks for Hamas. It may alienate other regional actors and international partners who were previously sympathetic to its cause. The impact of this strategic move on the group's diplomatic and political standing remains to be seen. President Biden's warning, followed by the revelation of Russian and Iranian troops in Gaza, triggered diverse responses from the international community. Countries and organizations expressed varying degrees of concern, condemnation, and calls for immediate de-escalation. The United Nations Security Council held an emergency session to address the crisis, expressing deep concern and calling for a peaceful resolution. However, reaching a consensus on concrete actions proved challenging due to differing interests and priorities among nations in the Middle East. Regional actors such as Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, traditional adversaries of Iran, voiced apprehensions over the escalating situation. They expressed solidarity with Israel and called for an end to foreign military involvement. The geopolitical landscape remains tense as the world watches to see how this complex situation unfolds. The European Union, a key player in Middle East diplomacy, has issued a statement urging all parties to exercise restraint and pursue peaceful negotiations. The EU emphasized its long-standing position on the need for a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. China and Russia, both permanent members of the UN Security Council, responded cautiously, advocating for dialogue and de-escalation without directly criticizing their involvement in Gaza. Their influential positions make them essential to any diplomatic resolution. The global political implications of Russian and Iranian troops in Gaza are evident, highlighting the Middle East's historical role as a battleground for major powers. For Russia, this presents an opportunity to expand its influence in the region, aligning with its ambition to challenge US dominance, particularly after its involvement in Syria. Iran sees the alliance as a means to counterbalance regional adversaries, aiming to expand its influence across the Levant and strengthen its position in the broader Middle East. The United States, under President Biden, faces a challenge to its regional and global leadership. Biden emphasizes that the US will not tolerate actions threatening Israel's security. Navigating alliances, rivalries, and interests in the Middle East demands careful diplomacy and strategic decision-making. The crisis in Gaza has reignited the debate on the Palestinian-Israeli conflict and the prospects for a lasting solution. Despite generations of attempts at negotiation and peace agreements, the conflict persists, and the involvement of Russia and Iran adds a new layer of complexity to the situation. The support of Russia and Iran for Hamas indeed adds complexity to the path to peace in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This backing underscores internal divisions within Palestinian territories, where the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank differs from the Hamas leadership in Gaza. This lack of unity hinders presenting a cohesive front in negotiations with Israel, putting pressure on the traditionally central role of the United States in brokering peace talks. President Biden's administration faces the challenging task of finding a diplomatic solution that addresses Israel's security concerns, while recognizing the legitimate aspirations of the Palestinian people. The warning issued by President Biden about Russian and Iranian troops in Gaza has brought the Israeli-Palestinian conflict back into the international spotlight with renewed urgency. The presence of foreign troops raises immediate security concerns for Israel and has the potential to escalate for the conflict to new heights. Diplomatic efforts are underway to defuse the crisis, but the complexities of the Middle East and the divergent interests of key regional and global players make a swift resolution challenging. Thank you for staying engaged until the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure the notification bell is turned on so you don't miss a video.